Which word from where do you have gouache? Kurush. Kurush. My question is regarding the unity you talked about. Seems that the observer is still tied only to local activities. Say there's an observer, let's we just put our last attention on this for a moment. Whatever expression consciousness plays, even as a person, even in the person there's the capacity to observe. What is the difference between the personal observer and the ultimate observer, if you want to say? The personal observer is always observing, but with self-interest. So it is observing, but it is also connected with what it's observing. It has some relationship. Because if you don't have interest in things, then they're not stored in your psyche. They don't register that they happen. You see? Because look, our eyes open, and look how many things it's possible to zoom in onto and to say, oh wow, look at that tree. Have you noticed that tree before? It's like shaped like a chicken or something. Okay? And then oh look, and suddenly this tree stands out. So every time you come here, you notice this chicken tree like this. Okay? And then you create a relationship with that, and something records that that is important. Suppose everything that you looked upon, you registered. Could you retain your sanity? You could not. So most things we look, and the senses are reporting sensation contact with them, they don't stay because there is no need to create a relationship with your senses or the sense objects. They just pass through them. I look so intimately at something, but I'm not needing more from it. I turn away and it's finished. Now it's gone. Okay? If I ask you about it later, you cannot, what? I looked at, I don't recall anything. Because nothing is collected here. Nothing is saved. So this is something that's happening spontaneously anyway. We're not actively trying to do that. It's just the way things are. This is the marvelousness of the consciousness. That without any kind of training, it does that automatically. It sifts through most of the possibilities of connection and only registers those things that seem to have some particular meaning for the one who is perceiving it. Like that. So that is the egoic perception, the individual perception. Then as you go deep, when that is recognized, a deeper recognition is there, deeper observing is there. Then if that observing itself is interested in anything, particularly where there's identity, that also is not yet the pure observing. So each time this is recognized, that observer becomes phenomenal and just becomes another thing seen. So in a short time you'll find that you're just in a space somehow, and there's no interest, there's no person, there's no personality, there's nothing wanted, there's no love or hate, there's no happiness or sorrow, there's just like a field of intelligent space. And this is very natural, even now it is like this. You see? The memory wants to send up something to say, hey, remember me? Look, hello, hello. But that is also seen, and it doesn't create any, the mind is shouting. But it doesn't have any power because there's nothing, no interest there. Before, when you're in the mind frame, mind goes, hey, come, and you're off going down the road together. But now, the mind's voice and presence is far away. Like you don't pay any attention to it. Like sometimes when the sun is up, you can see the moon, but nobody pay any attention to the moon when the sun is up. Then the mind is like this moon. Nobody paying attention to it when you're present in your own heart. That is all. So this sense of being, it's not tied to any intention. It is just a sense of being. And everything flows through it. All the senses are functioning. That ultimate state of witnessing, if you want to call it witnessing, what kind of witnessing is the witness who has no interest? If there's a witnessing that has no interest, can you even call it witnessing? You follow my drift? If you're witnessing normally, you call somebody to the witness box. You know, what did you see? Well, I was standing on the sidewalk and then this guy came across and just hit this other guy. That's a weakness. He has something to say. What about that in front of whom the whole world seems to be dancing, but it's not interested, it's just looking? In fact, most things in life, they are completely in front of you, but you don't record. You don't record. Why? Because you have no particular interest. Many of you came here to Monte Sahaja from different places. On the way, you passed many things you could have stopped, maybe. A beautiful tree, a flower, a person, somebody selling stuff on the street or whatever. Not so much going on around here, actually. But anyway, but on the way you're coming, no? And you didn't stop, you made it here. You weren't distracted. How many things did you pass? Somebody may say, billions of impressions I pass to come here. What about you? How many things did you pass? Nothing. I say, who is right? Both of them are right. It just depends on you. So nothing really. What is it that's troubling you? The things that seem to still matter to your identity. 99.9% of the possibilities in this world of perceivable don't trouble you. 0.1 thing. Have an interest, keeps coming back. Hi. Remember me? You see, like this. Then you need to look at what it is, because that very thing keeps you being you. Keeps you being you. Maybe if you lived on an island for a very long time, you would just forget about yourself. Then you meet another human being, then you start to become a self again. Because maybe they remind you you are somebody. You see? Maybe you meet another human being, they don't remind you of yourself. They don't know you. But you meet somebody who says, Susan! Yes, Susan. Boom! Back again. And everything seems to be back, stirred up inside you. There may come a time for you when somebody may call Susan, John, and this is a very far echo. And something will respond to the name and talk. But the powerful presence, which has no name, is here. Thank you, everybody. Long satsang today. One lady came from India, and she said in the retreat, she said this thing. She said, when I told my family I'm going on retreat to Portugal, they said, you're going what kind of retreat? A spiritual retreat. No. They come to us for retreats. People come to India for freedom. Why are you going to Portugal? Why are you going to Portugal? Because in Portugal you will find some freedom. I came for freedom here. Does freedom live in Portugal? Freedom is everywhere. Everywhere. But presently also it is being pointed to here. Not only have to go to India, don't have to go to Brazil, don't have to go to this place. Also here it is nice also. In hot southern Portugal. We can come here and we can be looking into this timeless subject of ourselves. Beautiful. Beautiful. I feel sometimes I come here, I was saying just today, I don't want to leave here. I don't want to live here. I don't want to leave. I feel happy, I want to sit here. I feel very happy to be here. No? But then I have to go sometime. Like that. It's very good. I don't know what it is about this place.
They say Onde is the place where nothing happens.
It is nothing and happens nothing.
They say this is true. They say, I'm hearing it now from other. They say Alentejo is the place where nothing happens. Well, that's about as Advaita as you can get.
Right, that tourism going away.
Yeah, you come here, you go back with nothing.
Nobody buys it.
There's a sign in Zambujela, the mall, where the walking track is,
Uh-huh.
and it says 2 steps to freedom.
2 steps to freedom. Thank you. Yeah.